Yo, what is up, guys? I hoped I had some better news for this second day. I could say third day, because obviously the mix up with the days. I don't care. I wish I was finished with the document. Unfortunately, we are not even close to finishing it. We got, bro, it's crazy. We got the entire demographics, which is just one sentence, and we got the psychographics, which is, let me just count the words for you guys. No, let me just count the words of the entire ideal client profile that we're sketching, and we're not even done yet. Let me see, how much is this? It's 1,200 words already of exactly who we are selling to, what their buying reasons are, what type of tonality they utilize, what the media and consumption they actually do is. It's crazy, guys, and we still have to cover the biggest part, which is pain points, desires and aspirations, and their buying behavior. That's like three most important things, because we got to be able to speak to their pain points. We got to make them feel unnoticed, essentially. And then that is just the ICP part. Like I said, we got the story, we got the clothing categories, narratives, after this we need to focus on the designs and modeling and creation apps, marketing forms, lines and content. I can rattle on about this very long, but to be very straight to the point, no one is actually thinking this deep. I was actually scrolling on TikTok for market research. I downloaded TikTok after 2 years. I made the accounts, social media accounts and that kind of stuff on TikTok and Instagram. And I noticed a pattern. I noticed that there's a pattern between every single clothing line that you see, every single small clothing brand that people are trying to start. First of all, they buy stock. I'm not gonna buy any form of stock. I'm going to start this journey from zero and maybe get my first sale within 90 days. We have to see how far things are gonna be how far I am able to take certain things. We're going to take it from zero to at least one sale within 90 days. I think we can make it happen if we just do the marketing right and if we go viral, guys, then it's game over. I'm rich, right? Can quit school. Never mind. But essentially, the pattern I noticed is, first of all, everyone sort of does the same. They all own streetwear clothing brands, all with very flashy designs, lines, big graphics, major things on the back of the shirt. It's all a little bit the same, in the same sort of niche, like the streetwear, the real harsh streetwear. And I noticed a pattern that all these motherfuckers, no one actually has more than 10k followers. And I know why that is. They just showcase the product, they just showcase the brand, they showcase videos of them wearing the clothing in cool environments and making people see that they're loved. But what they don't show, and this is a piece of value, is like the identity behind it. Why do people wear what they wear? Why do people feel like wearing something like that? What is the philosophy? What is the mindset behind someone actually wearing a piece of clothing like that? Why does this individual, or like, why does he wear this certain clothing piece at this occasion? What is the identity behind it? What is this piece of clothing trying to represent? Who is this piece of clothing trying to represent? And that is something very interesting, where I can basically rattle on about for a very long time. Because one of the major things that you have to think about when you start any form of business, or just think about your mindset, why do people do what they do? What is the reason why I grabbed this camera, started this journey from scratch? Well, it's because, that's a good question actually. Something to journal on. No, the reason why I do this is because most of y'all don't even know my story. I started in e-com 1 year ago. It was the 31st of October 2024, when I actually invested into an e-com mentor for 3.5k. And the 9th of January, that's when I made my first ever sale. I was walking with two of my friends on school. We were walking to the classroom. We had Dutch. Obviously, I'm from the Netherlands. You might be able to hear, but we had Dutch lesson. And as I was walking there in the school hallways, beautiful hallway, very beautiful. I was walking there, I felt my Apple Watch ring. And immediately when that happened, I thought, the fuck is this? Is someone calling me, someone messaging me? But then I was remembering, because this was a period where I was really locked in on self-improvement. So I knew for a fact that I didn't have any notifications on. I knew that if someone were to message me or call me, it wouldn't ring because I turned all of my notifications off, except for one app, and that was Shopify. So when I thought in the moment, I felt it ring, and this all happened very fast. And I saw, okay, wow, there's only one single app that can give me this notification, that makes me notice the notification, and that's Shopify. First order, bam. In May 2025, 5 months after my first order, I completely drained all my money. 10K in total was lost. Whew, that's a big number. And then I basically switched to coaching. I was doing the info space for a few months, I think. From May till September. That's 4 months. That's not even that long. I made like 2K, closed 7K in deal size essentially. Quite cool. From there, I switched what I'm doing right now. I actually started a business with the business partner I currently work with. We started a media and PR agency. We still run that to the day. At the moment when I joined, it was a AI augmentation company. So we were actually selling voice solutions, AI apps, AI voice cloning, that kind of stuff. Then from the AI side, we switched to autobiographies and audiobooks, sort of slowly shifting towards the legacy side of things. And now what we're actually doing, and which I'm still doing, besides all this business model, or I would say this business model, the brand is going to be besides the media and PR agency, we are actually creating documentaries for high-level individuals. We want their story to be told because we got connections with major production teams, partners, investors. We have all the connections out there. We are now I'm mainly doing the client acquisition for that company. We have a lot of meetings and that kind of stuff. Very cool. It's very amazing. It's a very interesting thing. And that's actually, I'm going to get to the clue of the story. I know that the question I asked myself is why I started this journey. I know, but that's actually the main thing that the whole brand represents. It's patience in a fast-paced world. I've been in all the business models. I've been into YouTube. I've been into SMMA. I've been into dropshipping. I've been into the info space. I've been into the AI space. All that within the course of 2 years, essentially. I've seen it all: organic dropshipping, paid ads, SEO, marketeer. I've seen it all. And one thing that I always told myself back in the day is that you gotta be patient. I'm always this very impatient guy who never wants to wait for anything, essentially. And I guess that is the reason why, things happen. The reason why I started this clothing brand is number one, because patience in a fast-paced world. That is genuinely the narrative that I want to be getting out there to every single individual, because I'm 17 years old. I've had so many things come onto my path, but I was never patient. I always wanted money fast. I always wanted money in a very fast and quick way. I felt like money was the way to success and happiness. I think it will be. It will actually create some form of happiness and some form of relief. That's also a very very interesting reason why I also do this, because obviously I want to earn some money off of this. But also, the main thing why I actually started this clothing brand, why I do what I do, why I film this journey, is because I want to feel accepted. I want to feel like I still know I didn't waste my money on the ads. I didn't waste my money on the course or the coaching program that I invested 3.5K in. I just want to get that feeling of acceptance, that feeling of fulfillment of, hey, listen guys, everyone told me when I invested into the course that it was a bad decision, that I was never going to utilize it, that I wouldn't make a lot of money from it. Everyone told me that essentially. And now I just want to get that feeling back of making the money on ecom, because it was such a good feeling getting sales in the door constantly. Such a good feeling. And that's why I'm back. So moral of the story, you gotta be able to, it all started off by me talking about the clothing brands. No one is able to share their identity through the content that they want to convey. And they sort of do it by showcasing the clothing pieces, showcasing XYZ. But I think the main part where I will actually be outnumbering these guys, first of all, I've also done the organic dropshipping part, so I know how to get viral. I know how to go viral. You know, I've created 2 videos, actually. One hit over 2 million. It got deleted because I used someone else's clip. The motherfucker reported me. And the other one basically got over 1 million views. So I know my part when it comes down to content. It's not a numbers game, it's a quality game, and that's something that people don't understand. But I think that if you are able to match quality and quantity, that's when you are really going to be able to create these game over videos that actually showcase, okay, listen, this motherfucker knows exactly what he's doing, he knows exactly the narrative. And I genuinely just want to be able to express a narrative out in this world, because especially, and this is a very long video actually, especially in the current world that we live in, it's so easy to be influenced. And I was at a small meetup actually with a few guys from the Netherlands, and I had to, you know, give a short presentation about myself. And I basically told everyone, like, I'm the perfect example of an individual who has been influenced for such a long time, who has been influenced by Andrew Tate, by Hamza Ahmed, by Iman Gadzhi, Alex Hormozi, Nick Setting, you know, all the big guys you see in today's world, the masculinity guys, the manosphere. I've basically been influenced by these guys for 3 years. And it wasn't a bad thing, because that's actually what brought me into the space. Is why I'm in front of the camera right now and not in front of a counter at a store or something, or I'm not working like that. It was a good thing that I'm being influenced, but something that no one else is noticing, that I'm actually noticing, is like, you have to take the influence to a certain extent. You have to watch everything very skeptical, and you have to extract certain parts that you're going to be utilizing in your roots of your core identity. So what I mean with that is, I actually wrote it up. My primary ideal client profile, their tonality that they utilize, or what was it? It was the light. No, it was. Where was it? Let me check real quick, guys. Yeah. So there is a root that every tree, in order to grow, it has to grow very strong roots, you know, and you got to be able to be influenced in some way where you're guided onto the right path. And whatever path you believe is right, it doesn't matter, because whatever you believe, someone else might not believe. Everyone has their own beliefs, their own values. Everyone is different. And that's something you really need to notice. Everyone is different. Every single individual is not like you. No, it's not. And that's something that a lot of people forget. They tend to forget that every single Andrew Tate fan is 1 centimeter smaller, has I don't know, a finger that's 2 centimeters smaller, has family problems, has this, has that. A lot of things that actually don't align with what you typically find of an individual like that. And I believe that is one of the most interesting things that you can actually look at in terms of, you know, the influence, because you can be rooted with the arts of discipline, with hard work, self-improvement, business, religion, spirit. You know, those can be the roots, but you essentially have to define your own narrative. You have to make sure that the narrative that you actually follow is right for you, and not like you're living someone else's narrative, living someone else's beliefs, because that's something that a lot of people tend to forget in this very fast-paced world. Slow down, back up, open the world, see it from above, see it from a bird's eye view. Look down on who you have been forming over the past few years, and really see and think to yourself, is this really me? Is this really me who I'm living till this day? Is this really who you want to be as a person? Do you actually want to work 12 hours a day? Because I know for a fact that I don't. Hell fucking no, bro. I want to get moving. I want to be able to, you know, move around with sticks and practice kung fu. That's who I am, and I don't even want you to take anything from this video. I don't even want you to be influenced by this video. I'm just opening your eyes to see the world through your own perspective and not through the perspective or the beliefs that someone else has. Do you want to know what the number one thing is that all people say when they are on their deathbed? It's I wish I lived my life by my own terms and not by the expectation of someone else. It's that single quote, and that's something that you have to remember. And it is something that I'm going to be writing up right now in my own document because I almost forgot about it. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I think that's a wrap on today's very long and more in-depth type of video. You know, I really like explaining how I think to the camera. Something I might want to pick up again. Let me know.